Okay, everyone, so I pretty much been working on this almost a week. And yes, it has been a lot of hard work, but I think end result, I think you will love it. So I'm trying to come up with an edge for it. And I like this little edge. It's just three, what do you call it? Trying to think of the name, my goodness. Picot. So 3 picot together and 2 chain coming down with 1 single crochet in the middle of these petals. So you would start anywhere you'd like. So let's say you would start here single. I still don't know what I'm going to do here. I guess I'll see as I go. So 1, 2. I'll probably do a try to fit in here if I can, and if I can't, I'll use a smaller needle for it. So we have 2. Let's see how this works. I'm going to do 3 chain. Probably should have done a single, not a slip stitch. So, and sometimes I like to do it like this on camera because then you'll understand that sometimes you need to play around with the stitch and the pattern to see what best fits you. I'm still doing the slip stitch. Good God. Okay, let's try that again. So I did 3 chain there. I did 3 chain from here to there, but here's 2 chain only. So let's say I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, and I'm going to do a picot here. See how that works. If I like it, I keep it. And if I don't, I'm going to take it down. So if it's too hard because of all the single crochets in there, so I'm going to do singles through here. I think I better grab my other needle somewhere. I think it's probably better to fit into these tight loops, so single. The only thing is when you're using a smaller needle to go in, loosen up your stitch because 1, 2, and 3 will become too tight, too small. So I'm going to do a single here in the middle. So this is where the square separates. I'm going to come back in and I'm going to do 1 single. And I'm going to come back in again right here and do another picot. So 3 chain, and don't, like I said, if you're using a smaller needle to fit into your, don't tighten it too much or else it's going to look funny. And so I'm going to do 1, 2, and 3. Change my needle because I don't need that smaller one anymore. Since we did the 3 chain here, we're going to do the 3 chain here so it can add up to the same thing. So I like that. I don't think it's that bad. I think it looks pretty good. And 1, 2, right in the center of your paddle. Do a single, chain 3. So picot. I mean, everybody knows how to do the picot, right? 1, 2, 3. I'm going to grab it on the same one. I'm not grabbing it here on the other picot. I want it to stay flat. So 1, 2, 3. And when I mean flat, I don't want it to, and I'm going to go back on the same space. So on the first, so I wanted to have it together here. I don't want it to go up in the line. 1, 2, 2 chain, and in the center of the pile a single. So if you understand what I'm saying, I like it to have it all lined up over here. 1, 2. Now I could have made this tablecloth bigger because it is a 6-seater, but I don't want to. I want it to go just up to the edge of the table. And of course, once it's pressed, it's going to stretch out more. So 1, 2, 3. And again, I'm gonna do my picot on the same first single. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, and back into the first single here. So basically I'm not closing in on the picot there. 1, 2, 3 chain, 2 chains, sorry. And I'm coming in between the paddles with the single. So this is what it's going to look like. So you're going to have, of course, besides the corner one, you're going to have 2. My thread is stuck here somewhere. And again, here we're going to do 3 chain, 1, 2, 3. And of course, depending up on each person's stitch, you might need 2 only if your stitch is too tight, or I should say too loose, or you need 3 like myself if it's too tight. So I'm just gonna go on the first one here. So I'm gonna skip this one here just to, so we can have it evened that out. Just look at it. So it's on the first one here. Okay, so we're gonna go on the first one here. So we're not skipping, we're going right directly on the first one. See what I mean? Like the stitches are so tight in there now. Okay, so 1, 2, and 3. And we're doing the picot. And then we're just gonna go into the next space and do single, and then the next one we're doing the picot. 1, 2, 3. So we have one space of single, and like I said, I mean, you play with it, you know what I'm saying? Like, not necessarily you have to do exactly the same thing as I'm doing. Your stitch might be different, so you got to see whatever fits best for you. It's not going to change anything on the pattern. So I got my 3 picots there. 1, 2, 3. No, what am I doing? I'm still on here. See, it's always good to always look. Okay, so the next one we got to do a single. And then on this one here, we're going to do the picot. Okay, so we do a single. On the next space, we do the picot. And like I said, you do what do you think is best for you. Sometimes your stitch is way tighter than mine or too loose, so it won't probably fall in the same space. What is best is for you to figure out what's best for you. Okay, so here I made a mistake already. I put 2 picots together, which is not good, because this is the separation of the squares, not the loops, not the petals, I should say. Okay. No issues. So we're just fix it up a bit. Okay, so we're going to go into here, single. That's in the center. Okay, 1. So single. Sometimes you might have 1 space with a single or 2 space with a single. Like I said, it depends on the stitch, right? So just go along with it, whatever way works best. Like on that back one, I have the single, and then I went in with the single right here on the corner. So I have 2 singles here. Of course, the second one we do the picot, okay? So 1, 2. That's not good. It's pulling on my thread. That's what happens when the needle is too small for this thread. 2 and 3. I'm trying to loosen it up, but you're working with a tiny little needle for this size of thread. It's not coming through properly, but we try our best. Okay, so I'm just going to look at it. So now from here, we're going to do 3 chain. Okay, 1, 2, and 3. Sometimes you create something you don't even know what the hell you're creating. You just go with the flow, whatever you think is best. So we're going to go in between the petals with a single, right? And then here in between the squares, we have 3 picot. Okay, so here we're going to do 1, 2, and we're going to go right in the center. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, and 3. I'm going to go on the first one here. Now you can slip stitch it or single, whatever way is best. Sometimes I do slip stitch, sometimes I do single. My thread is all cut up. Okay, let's try that again. I had my thread all tangled up. Okay, so I did 3, so I'm going to go on the first, where we first did the first picot. I'm going to do a slip stitch. Sometimes, like I said, I do slip stitch, depending if I'm really concentrated or not, or do a single. In certain projects, it's important just to slip stitch, not to have a space. But in other projects, it doesn't matter, really. Okay, so we're going to do 1, 2 chain, and in between, I'm going to do a single. So basically, this is what it's going to look like. See if I might have to turn the light on. I think that works better. Okay. Let's try this again. Try to get this light on here. So 1, 2, and 1, 2 on the third space. Do a single. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to come on the first one here, of course, and we're going to close it in. Slip stitch. 1, 2, 3. We're going to come on the same one, and we're going to close it in. Slip stitch. And 1, 2, 3. And again on the same one here, and we're going to do the slip stitch. So we got the 3 picots there. 1, 2 chain in between the petals, right in the center here. We're going to do single. 1, 2, and 3. This one is a 3 because it's, you know, it's more of a curve. So I'm going to go right here. I'll change my needle. I'm going to go right here on top of the first one, and I'm going to do 1, 2, and 3. I'm going to do the picot and then the next one. I mean, if you don't want to go through here, you can just go right inside. I'm just going to cover through here like that. So 1 single, the next single, we're going to do the picot. 1, 2, and 3. And then slip stitch, and then again. But if you find it easier going in the middle, then you can. So we closed in. I'm coming into the next one, doing my single, and 1, 2, and 3. Slip stitch, and then 1, 2, and 3 chain, because we did the 3 chain here, and now we're going to do the 3 chain there. Let me see if I can get this lighting. It's terrible. Okay, and we're going to go here with no, I'm not going to go there. And do the single. I do the single here in the corner, right in here. I was almost forgetting about that. So we're going to come in here and do the single. And now we can do the either there or, I don't want it to be too far apart either. I don't want it to look, it has to look more or less the same as here. So we need to close it in here. And then 1, 2, and 3. So yeah, if I really wanted this tablecloth to hang over the table, I would have done one more row of squares. And so no, it's really right at the edge. And I will have the little video at the end with it on top of the table and the reveal shots after it's all nicely pressed and so on and so forth. So you can see what it looks like. Okay, so 2, and then we're going to do the peacock here, 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so like I said, it's not going to hang much from the table because I didn't want it to hang much from the table. It covers just right up to the edge of the table, and the table is quite large and quite big, so I'm leaving it that way. One, 2, and then coming into the middle part here. So I think you pretty much got the drift what I'm doing here. So we're just going to do it one more time. 1, 2, chain, come into the third space, which is the middle. 1, 2, 3. We're going to go in here to do our peacock with a slip stitch. I didn't grab the whole thread. We'll do that again. So single, 1, 2, 3 chain, come into the first one here, and 1, 2, and 3, come into the same one. So we are not grabbing it from here. We're grabbing the first one here so they can stay nice and tight. Oops, and single, and 1, 2, and 3, and again the same space. So you're gonna have that 3 times on the same 3 peacocks on the same space. 1, 2, and 3. Not 3, 2. Keep confusing because of this one. So single, you can stay nice and close and tight, and then 1, 2, and 3. 3 is only on the last one here when we do almost the little edge corner. You see it fits properly. And then 1, 2. Was it here? Let me just check. That was on the next one. No, it was there. Okay, sorry. My goodness. Sorry, people. Anyway, you'll understand, right? Once you're going to go through yours, you'll see what I'm talking about. You're going to get confused here and there too. So 1 single. Second single. 1, 2, and 3. Single and single, and then I'm going to go right here and do my third single. 1, 2, and 3. And like I said, if you don't want to do it in here, you can go right in the center. So let me just confirm here again, just to make sure. So I have it right on here. And I close it up. Nope, has to be right. Not on there, but let's say right here. I don't want it to be too far apart, so try to get it as close as I can. So there is no like huge division on it. So you play with yours, you see what's best for you. So on these ones it's 3 chain, and then the other ones is 2 chain, like here 1, 2, and then we go into the center. So 1, 2, 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, 3, and then do the peacock. Well, I thank every single one of you for being part of this journey with me. Thank you so much for the people that have tagged me along on Instagram and has contacted me and created beautiful pieces off my channel. Thank you so much, and eventually I'll do a video with the pieces that the followers have been creating. So I thank you. And gorgeous pieces, by the way. Very beautiful work you guys done. I'm proud of you guys. Thank you. And for the newcomers, I hope you're going to be part of this journey by subscribing. And if you do, hit that bell notification in order to be notified of the new uploads. And I will have the reveal shot pictures and with it ready on top of the table with a little video at the end. So this pretty much cuts it for this. Nothing else special with the border. If you want to do a different border, you can. I'm just going to stop at this and just give it this nice little effect at the end. I think it's good enough for me. So thank you so much, everybody, and I will see you in the next tutorial. And don't forget, this is a memory of all the victims, not only the deceased, but the families that have lost their loved ones to COVID. My sincere condolences to every single one of you that have lost your loved one. My heart is with you, and this symbolizes every soul that has parted this lifetime. Thank you so much, everybody. God bless. Stay safe. Bye-bye.